I want this to feel different. I need this to feel different.
Do you ever have one of those moments where you wonder, how on earth did we get here? You know, you look around your industry, at your career, maybe at your life, and you think,
What in the goodness happened to make this our reality?
listen, I've been off mic, podcast or otherwise, for months. In fact, it's almost been a year, which, considering I run 2 podcast companies, kind of unusual. But I consciously stopped talking out loud so that I could spend some more time listening, which you might agree is something media is not all that great at doing anyway. And trust me when I say that was like the hardest thing for me to do, but it was so necessary. My year of listening is what finally gave me permission to step back into this ring, the same, but different. Where once my show was about leaping toward a bright future as a business owner, happy, I'm coming to this show a changed person. This show is more about making sure our vision for the future of our media industry, from broadcast to podcast, digital, and all things between, is bigger than our past. That we're not just simply aiming to hustle harder and tweak the way it's always been done, but rather I'm going to challenge you and me to transform, to grow, to thrive, and to actually mean it when we say we're going to make this space and find the courage to innovate. I'm Erin Trafford, media entrepreneur and founder of 2 modern media companies in Canada. And over the last year, I have come to see that I personally have been on this seemingly unending mission to redefine media, how it works and how it feels. And trust me when I say I have a lot of feelings. But hey, listen, this isn't about me. It's actually about you. Because you, to be totally blunt, probably a little weird and totally awkward, but you are the most important person in this entire equation. Because media doesn't exist without you, the audience. And right now, I'm willing to bet that you're looking at the landscape and wondering, how did we end up here? Newspapers all but gone, digital media in complete flux, job losses, sales on the decline, Meta playing chicken with the government and vice versa, robots on the radio, and television news being piped into local markets from 5 time zones away. It is confusing. It has become too heavy, which tells me it's time for a rewrite. Listen, when I work on creative projects, whether it's when I'm running my former blogging company or my team of podcast producers now, or even when it's with brands we're creating audio for, if it gets too heavy, if the words stop feeling right, if it's too hard to see the return or the profit or the point, we take a step back. We honor the work we've done to get to that point, but we do start again. We intentionally flip the lens. We consciously ask more and better questions. And that is what this podcast is all about. Every other week, I'll bring you my observations, my insights, and behind-the-scenes realities as I lead and build Story Studio Network, a modern branded podcast network. But I'm also going to bring you behind the scenes as we ramp up the new media model for the Echo Community Podcast Network, which was designed and dedicated to amplify local voices and stories in markets in Canada left with little to no coverage. And hey, listen, I don't have a crystal ball. I don't have all the answers. I only know so many things. So I do plan to bring on guests every once in a while to add context and color and to push us all toward a vision of possibility. I really hope you're excited. Clearly I am. So let's turn the page, let's sharpen those pencils, and let's dig in, because there is so much to explore. And by the way, before I let you go, I gotta tell you that the name for this show came to me while I was on a solo retreat earlier this year. It was like a bolt of lightning. All at once, I realized I was building my 4th media company. This is technically my 4th podcast. I was 40 and I was desperately wanting to turn a page in my life and create a new space to talk to you about this very necessary
fourth draft.